I recognize that resorting to force may be tempting in the face of the rhetoric and behavior that emanates from parts of Iran. It is offensive. It is incendiary. We do take it seriously. But superpowers should not act impulsively in response to taunts or even provocations that can be addressed short of war. Just because Iranian hardliners chant "death to America" does not mean that that's what all Iranians believe.
There are doubts all around a U.S. nuclear deal with Iran, starting with that country's supreme leader who must sign off on any agreement. At a speech over the weekend in front of a crowd chanting "Death to America," Iran's Ayatollah Khamenei agreed, condemning the economic sanctions on his people. Yes, death to America, Khamenei told the audience, because America is the original source of this pressure. All the more reason, the White House says, to strike a deal.
Honestly, folks, does that crowd look like a minority in the country? What Obama just said is like saying everybody supports me. I am God because the media loves me, and everything that I do in Hollywood is applauded, and the movies are supporting my Marxist philosophies. The whole country is behind Marxism and communism. It is the majority. If you believe that, you're living in the wrong country. And if you believe radical Iran doesn't believe their leader, they praise their leader. He's like a god to them. Not like here. Obama's no god. But their ruler is beloved because he hates the infidel, the Americans. While the New World Order uses America to create this very hatred by using the United States as a force for world domination in the name of bringing peace and liberty to the peoples that we conquer or destabilize to create more war and more disruption for the military-industrial complex, you have to understand what's going on here. Now, we are not trying to create peace in Iran. We are trying to set up a central bank in Iran for the Rothschild crime syndicate. They're central banks. Before 9/11, there were 7 countries without a central bank owned by the Rothschild crime syndicate in the whole country, in the whole world. Now there are 3. And you guessed it, Iran is one of the 3. The other is Cuba, who we've now opened relations to. Another communist country. We're going to try to democratize them. We're going to try to give them American values. What we're really trying to do is mold America into a similar third world communist country. That's why they keep the borders open. That's why the world is the way it is today, ladies and gentlemen. And moving in this direction towards Marxism, communism, collectivism, fascism, imperialism, whatever you want to call it. Call it what it is. The New World Order. This is reminiscent of the propaganda Obama was spreading to students at commencement when telling them not to listen to the voices warning of the dangers of big government and tyranny.
We, the people, chose to do these things together because we know this country cannot accomplish great things if we pursue nothing greater than our own individual ambition. Unfortunately, you've grown up hearing voices that incessantly warn of government as nothing more than some separate, sinister entity that's at the root of all our problems. Some of these same voices also do their best to gum up the works. They'll warn that tyranny is always lurking just around the corner. You should reject these voices, because what they suggest is that our brave and creative and unique experiment in self-rule is somehow just a sham with which we can't be trusted. We have never been a people who place all of our faith in government to solve our problems. We shouldn't want to. But we don't think the government is the source of all our problems either, because we understand that this democracy is ours. And as citizens, we understand that it's not about what America can do for us. It's about what can be done by us together through the hard and frustrating but absolutely necessary work of self-government. And class of 2013, you have to be involved in that process.
Reject those voices, he said. Do you remember? Yet now he is supporting a regime in Iran who notoriously cannot be trusted, who want to kill the infidel and will use any deception. For those who have studied the Quran, it is under their law permissible to lie, cheat, and steal to create the global caliphate. So while the New World Order controllers are using this conflict to divide the people again and to control opinion, and for the truth community to say, well, look, it's the CIA, it's the Mossad, the ISIS is the CIA. It is. This is true. But their movement for a global world caliphate is the goal of Islam, and it has always been. Make no mistake about that. So are you going to reject those voices of tyranny? Reject the voices warning you of tyranny in government as it happens, as they take away more and more of our rights and have all these false flag shootings in movie theaters and shopping malls, all the stuff that was predicted and covered in books like Behold a Pale Horse. In 1991, talking about school shootings and using a process called Orion. CIA is behind all of the division and chaos in this country. And you have people like Farrakhan, and you have people like Sharpton. I mean, Sharpton is one of Obama's advisors. I mean, the deception is purely evil, ladies and gentlemen. And if you cannot see that, please remove the blinders from your eyes. Stop listening to what these Marxist, communist teachers, professors in college and in grade school are teaching the children, indoctrinating our children with Common Core education. We must wake up to the founding principles of our republic, which created the greatest prosperity of any country in world history within 100 years. And within 50 years, we are going to be the worst despotism, a country of pure slavery, if we allow this to continue. America, land of the despots and home of the enslaved, or is America land of the free and home of the brave? The decision is up to us. Are you a slave or are you free? Are you going to be allowed to be enslaved by those claiming to give you freedom as they take away your freedom, to keep you safe, to keep you warm, to keep you healthy, to tell you how to live your life and regulate every aspect of your life, and calling that freedom and justice and fairness and equality? Or is freedom and justice and fairness and equality best suited to what you want individually and what I want individually, not the collective, not the brotherhood of death? Wake up.
In fact, it's those hardliners who are most comfortable with the status quo. It's those hardliners chanting death to America who've been most opposed to the deal. They're making common cause with the Republican caucus. The majority of the Iranian people have powerful incentives to urge their government to move in a different, less provocative direction. Incentives that are strengthened by this deal. We should offer them that chance. We should give them that opportunity. It's not guaranteed to succeed. But if they take it, that would be good for Iran, it would be good for the United States, it would be good for a region that has known too much conflict, it would be good for the world. And if Iran does not move in that direction, if Iran violates this deal, we will have ample ability to respond.